If you're following your diet thinking it's healthy and yet you're still not losing weight, it's possible you still have those 5 foods on your plate that you think are helping you, but are actually preventing weight loss. These foods are all sold in grocery stores with healthy, low-fat, or natural labels, so we don't even suspect them. I made this mistake myself some time ago until I started reading their actual ingredient lists. Wait till the end of the video because number 3 and number 4 will surprise you the most because both of these are used daily in almost every household. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to this channel. If this is your first visit, let me tell you that on this channel we share practical, science-backed information related to health, nutrition, and weight loss without any unnecessary fear-mongering. Today's topic is very important because it addresses a very common frustration that many women face. I eat healthy, I exercise, but I'm not losing weight. Hearing this, many people blame themselves, thinking maybe their metabolism is slow or it's genetics. But in reality, most times the problem isn't what you're not doing, it's that you're unknowingly eating things that are hidden behind healthy marketing, but actually contain hidden sugar, excessive calories, or unhealthy fats that sabotage the weight loss process. Food companies use very smart marketing tactics, words like low-fat, natural, multigrain, diet, or no added sugar, all of which make us psychologically feel like we're buying something healthy when the reality is quite different. Today, I'll tell you exactly 5 foods that are victims of this health halo and what better alternatives there are. Why this matters, the psychology behind it. It's important to first understand why we find these foods healthy, so we don't fall into this trap in the future. There's a term for this that nutritionists call the health halo effect. When a food is labeled low-fat, natural, or organic, our brain automatically assumes that the entire product is healthy, no matter how high its sugar content or total calories. This is a very dangerous mental shortcut because it causes people to unconsciously overeat. When someone thinks this is healthy, they consume that food more confidently and in larger quantities, whereas if the same food were marketed as junk food, people would eat it in moderation. Furthermore, when manufacturers reduce fat in a product to achieve a low-fat label, they often add sugar or refined carbohydrates to maintain taste. This sugar then spikes blood glucose, which triggers insulin release, and excess insulin promotes fat storage, especially in the belly area. Now let's move on to the 5 foods that are the most common examples of this trap. Food number 1, flavored yogurt. The first food is flavored yogurt, yani fruit-flavored, sweetened yogurt. Yogurt is always promoted as a healthy food, and honestly, plain yogurt really is healthy. It contains probiotics that support gut health, calcium that's good for bones, and protein that provides satiety. But when we talk about flavored or fruit-flavored yogurt, that's where the problem begins. Many flavored yogurts contain a significant amount of added sugar. Some brands can contain up to 30 grams of sugar in a single serving, which is equivalent to about 7 to 8 tablespoons of sugar. This means you're eating something that's marketed as protein-rich and healthy, but actually has a sugar content comparable to, or sometimes even higher than, a dessert. This sugar spike destabilizes blood glucose, leading to cravings and energy crashes, both of which are counterproductive to weight loss. Better alternative: take plain or Greek yogurt labeled no added sugar and add fresh fruit like banana or berries or a little honey. This will give you the same taste but with a significantly lower sugar content and a higher protein content. Tip: always turn the label over and look at the backside. Check the total sugars number. If it's more than 10 grams per serving, it's not healthy yogurt, but dessert in disguise. Food number 2, granola and muesli. Dusra food is granola and muesli. Both of these breakfast options are heavily marketed as wholesome and healthy breakfasts. They contain oats, nuts, and dried fruits, which are individually healthy ingredients. But when these are all combined into a packaged product, the calorie and sugar content increases dramatically. An average cup of granola can contain approximately 400 to 600 calories, simply because honey, sugar, or syrups are added to make it crunchy and sweet. Being calorie-dense means that even a small quantity provides a lot of calories, and people usually serve it generously, thinking it's a healthy breakfast, which makes the total calorie intake unknowingly very high. Additionally, some granola brands also contain chocolate chips, candy pieces, or sweetened dried fruit, making it almost like a dessert cereal, but the packaging is adorned with words like healthy and natural. Better alternative. Take plain oats and add your own toppings, like fresh fruit, a little cinnamon, and some nuts. If you want to have granola, portion control is key. Just 2 to 3 tablespoons, not a whole bowl full. Tip: measure granola with a measuring cup, not by the serving size, as its calorie density is very high and even a little extra quantity makes a significant calorie difference. Food number 3, dried fruit. Third food is dried fruit, Jizzy dried mangoes, dried apricots, raisins, dried cranberries. This is the food I mentioned in the hook that might surprise you, because fruit is always considered healthy, and fresh fruit is indeed healthy. But when fruit is dried, its water content is removed, and its natural sugars become much more concentrated. For example, eating a whole bunch of fresh grapes would take a long time and you'd naturally feel full because the water content fills you up. But when those same grapes are in the form of raisins, you can easily eat a handful, which is actually equivalent to a lot of concentrated sugar and calories without feeling full. In addition, many commercial dried fruit products contain extra sugar for preservation and flavor, which further increases their sugar content. Some dried fruits also contain sulfites or additional preservatives. These healthy snacks that you eat at the office or while traveling can actually be a concentrated sugar bomb that can quickly exceed your daily sugar intake without you even realizing it. Better alternative: prioritize fresh fruit whenever possible. If you must eat dried fruit, check the ingredient list for no added sugar, and strictly control portions, just a handful, not the entire packet. Tip: eat dried fruit mixed with nuts, because the fat and protein in nuts slow down the absorption of sugar, thereby reducing blood sugar spikes. Food number 4, protein bars. The fourth food is protein bars. This is the other food I mentioned in the hook, and it's a part of almost every gym-goer or weight-conscious person's life. Protein bars are heavily marketed as muscle building, weight loss friendly, and high protein. But the reality is that many commercial protein bars are actually candy bars with a little protein added for marketing purposes. They often contain high amounts of sugar, refined carbohydrates, and artificial sweeteners, which can trigger cravings. Some protein bars also contain things like chocolate coating, caramel, or marshmallow, which makes them taste like a dessert. But the packaging often says 20 grams protein, which focuses the consumer's attention on this one number, ignoring the rest of the ingredients. Additionally, artificial sweeteners used in low-sugar bars, such as sorbitol or maltitol, can cause digestive issues and increase cravings in some people, which can paradoxically lead to overeating. Better alternative: if you must eat a protein bar, check the label carefully. Make sure it contains less than 5 grams of sugar, and the ingredient list should contain recognizable, simple ingredients like nuts, dates, whey protein, rather than a long list of chemical names. A better option is to make your own protein snack, like boiled eggs or Greek yogurt with nuts. Tip: don't consider a protein bar a meal replacement. It should be an occasional snack, not a substitute for a regular meal. Food number 5, low-fat YA diet, labeled products. The fifth and last food is low-fat YA diet. Labeled products, Jizzy low-fat salad dressings, diet drinks, are fat-free flavored items. This is a very interesting category because when people hear the word low-fat, they automatically think it's weight loss friendly. But as I explained earlier, when manufacturers reduce fat, they have to add sugar, refined starches, or sodium to maintain taste. For example, low-fat salad dressings often contain more sugar than regular dressings to compensate for the lack of fat in taste. Here's the irony: people choose low-fat dressings to make their salads healthier, but that same dressing can spike their sugar intake. Diet sodas and zero-calorie drinks have a similar issue. They contain artificial sweeteners, which research suggests can increase cravings and disrupt appetite regulation. Some studies also suggest that regular diet soda consumption may increase the risk of obesity and diabetes, the very things they're supposedly trying to prevent. These products create a dangerous psychology. People think it's 0 calories, so I can drink as much as I want, or it's low fat. so I can have an extra serving. This mentality makes overall calorie control difficult. Better alternative. Choose products with full-fat, simple ingredients, but with portion control. Make your own salad dressing using olive oil, lemon juice, and herbs, which provide healthy fats that actually help absorb fat-soluble vitamins. For drinks, plain water, infused water, such as with lemon or cucumber, or unsweetened tea are good choices. Tip: remember, healthy fats like those found in olive oil, avocado, nuts don't harm weight loss, but rather provide satiety and aid in the absorption of important vitamins. Fat isn't necessarily avoided, but added sugar and refined carbohydrates are. The bigger lesson: how to read labels properly. Now that we've discussed these 5 foods, I want to share a practical skill that will be very useful in your life: how to read labels correctly. Step 1, ignore whatever is written on the front packaging. Healthy, natural, low-fat, diet. These are all marketing terms that are legally very loosely defined. Step 2, go straight to the nutrition facts panel, which is usually on the back or side. Step 3, check total sugars and added sugars. If added sugar is more than 5 grams per serving, be careful. Step 4, read the ingredient list. It's listed in order of quantity, meaning the ingredient with the largest quantity is listed first. If sugar, corn syrup, or any sweetener is in the first 3 ingredients, that's a red flag. Step 5, check the serving size. Many times companies keep the serving size small to make the calorie and sugar count appear lower, when people usually consume a larger quantity. This simple habit, turning the label around, will save you from a lot of healthy disguised products and help you make real, informed choices. Additional tips for sustainable weight loss. Simply avoiding these 5 foods isn't enough. Let me give you some additional tips that will support your overall weight loss journey. 1. Whole foods. Priority: as much as possible, choose whole, single-ingredient foods like fresh vegetables, fruits, lean protein, and whole grains, instead of processed and packaged foods. 2. Increase your protein intake. Protein provides satiety and helps with muscle maintenance, which is important for metabolism. 3. Hydration. Drink plenty of water every day, as sometimes thirst is mistaken for hunger, leading to unnecessary snacking. 4. Mindful eating. Avoid distractions, like phone or TV, while eating so that you can correctly recognize your body's fullness signals. 5. Consistency. Over perfection. Eating something unhealthy once or twice doesn't make everything go away. The overall pattern is important, not just occasional indulgence. When all these habits are combined, correct label reading, whole foods priority, and mindful eating, the weight loss journey becomes much more sustainable and stress-free. I understand it may sound a little frustrating to hear this said. If even these healthy foods are problematic, then what should we eat? But let me clarify here, these foods aren't completely bad, but rather their marketing and unhealthy versions are problematic. In fact, you just need to be a little more aware, read labels, practice portion control, and create a healthier version of yourself when possible. These small changes make a big difference over time. You're not alone in this confusion. Many women are making the same mistakes because food companies' marketing is so smart and convincing. But now that you have this information, you can make better, informed choices for your health and weight loss journey. If you found this video helpful, please press a like button because it motivates me to bring you more useful content. Do tell us in the comment section which of these foods you eat regularly, and did you know about it? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next videos, in which we will share even more natural, easy, and effective health tips. Allah Hafiz, and take care of yourself.